I finally got the last shootout hole here. But this one, I got to go second, so I kind of just went with the same shot that my opponent did. His seemed to work out okay, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily the best way to play this. We both had spin 3 balls. I think that's key if we're going to want to play up on this second part of the fairway and curl it in there from right to left up to the green. If you don't have a spin 3 ball, then I wouldn't recommend trying to play this shot, because you'll have to end up using quite a bit of curl to try and get it over there. So you can see my opponent lining up. I'm assuming he used full left like I did, and some amount of backspin. He hits it great left, which is going to affect the trajectory and a little bit of the distance as well. So he rolls it up there pretty nicely, though. It ends up being a pretty decent shot. So here's some still shots of his target zone and where his ball landed. And from best guess, I would say it's about 7 rings pushed back, which would be consistent with about a 20% over adjustment. So I think that if you're playing up there, then I think that's what it's going to be, a plus 20%. I thought about playing on the back here. I think that might be the safer play, especially if you don't have the spin 3 ball, like I mentioned earlier. So I kind of was just guessing and assumed a 20% adjustment before I even made my shot here, and that, like I said, that seemed to work out pretty well. So mine does go a little bit deeper than his, but I hit it perfect, so we get a little bit better representation of where we are in terms of the over adjustment. So I do hit it perfect, so that helped a lot, but it ends up rolling just a little bit deeper. So even with the spin 3 ball, having to use full left spin, you can't use quite as much backspin. So that's kind of why this shot ends up being a little bit trickier. So again, here I have a still shot of my target zone and the landing spot, and it seems to push it about 6 rings back for mine. So that would be, again, consistent with about a plus 20% adjustment.